Here's how you can tell people are not natural. As soon as they jump off the juice and they are done with their roll and all that, they go back, they revert back to their natural habitat. All right, so this is your Natty or Not Hollywood edition. Let's begin. Before we begin, though, I want to give you a little intro. So right here is what 165 pounds will look, just a regular guy just walking around the street. Here's what 200 pounds will look enhanced right in the middle, using those tremboloni sandwiches. And then all the way up to the far right is what 200 pounds will look without any type of enhancements, or maybe very little. You can see a lot of traps right here. That being said, let's get right into it. All right, so what's going on, you guys and girls? My name is Jose. Welcome back to Rico Suave Fitness. If you like bodybuilding and you want to learn about fitness and the latest news and all that, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Well, today we're going to talk about Natty or Not Hollywood edition. I got my co-host right here, Trevito. Say hi, Trevito. And we're gonna see how many of these Hollywood actors are on tremboloni sandwiches and see if their transformations are natty or not. For this video, we're gonna be using the fat-free mass index. We're gonna look at some pictures and then we're gonna decide if they are natty or not. And we're gonna go straight to the fat-free mass index. I already got all the stats from all these Hollywood actors and all that. And we're gonna see if we were right, if they were natty or not. All right, so what do you think, Trevito? Let's get started, right? All right, so first we got Brad Pitt. We got Brad Pitt right there, Trevito. What do you think? Brad Pitt, natty or not? Right here, he's about 21 years old on Thelma and Louise. He's, I would say, 160 pounds. Right here, Troy, he's about 195, about 10% body fat. What do you think? Natty or not, Trevito? Trevito's saying not natty. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say he's always been very lean. He always had a very lean body. He just packed on some muscle. And we're talking about right here, so he's like 41 and he is like 21. So we're talking about like 20 years of muscle and stuff like that. So I'm going to say he's natty. Okay, and then here's another one. He's 28 actually on this picture. So he's 28 in Thelma and Louise. And then you're looking at him at 41 years old, 51 years old. Looks semi-normal. You know, nothing too suspicious right there on the traps. I don't see anything going on. What do you think, Trevito? You still think he's not natty? Okay, Trevito's shaking his head. He's saying he's not natty. Okay, let's see what the fat-free mass index calculator said today. All right, so you're looking at Brad Pitt's stats right here on my fat-free mass index calculator. And according to the internet, Brad Pitt is 5'11", and for the Troy role, he weighed about 185 pounds. Okay, and he was very lean on Troy. He was around 9% body fat. So according to the fat-free mass index calculator, if you look down there at the bar, he falls in between the 23 and the 24 range, which means he's got excellent genes, superior to most people. So nothing suspect about his transformation. So according to the FFMI calculator, Brad Pitt is natty. So I guess we were wrong. Trevito's shaking his head. He was wrong. All right, he was wrong the first one. So we 0-1, guys. We 0-1. Actually, 1 point for me, 0 Trevito. I got it right, so. All right, next, Chris Evans. And Chris Evans, you know, he packed on a ton of muscle for Captain America. This is Chris Evans before Captain America and during Captain America. You can see that, you know, he always had a slender body, right? He definitely put some muscle right here on the chest area. A lot of heavy bench presses. By the way, I just joined the 225 bench press club, so I'm happy about that. I'm pushing 4 big plates. So, but what do you guys think? Natty or not, Trevito? Trevito's saying not natty. To me, it's also suspect. That is a lot of muscle to put on in maybe 4 to 5 months. But let's see what the internet says, or the fat-free mass index table says. All right, so you're looking at Chris Evans' stats right here on the calculator. And Chris Evans is about 6 feet tall. He weighed at 195 pounds during Captain America. And his body fat was around 10%. He was lean, but not super lean. So right here, again, he falls under the 23 to 24 category, which means, you know, he's got great genetics, superior than most of us will ever have. Okay, so but I see nothing suspect over here according to the fat-free mass index calculator. So I guess Trevito was wrong again. Okay, so Trevito is 2-0 or 0-2, and me, I thought that he was enhanced a little, but I guess according to this, he's not. So that's a regular transformation. It took him maybe 10, I don't know how many months, 6-8 months or whatever, the preparation, and he gained tons of muscle. So according to this table right here, I'm not saying that he's natural or not natural, but all I'm saying is according to the FFMI calculator, you are able to acquire this type of body style with hard training and probably years of training naturally. All right, our next Hollywood star is a big one, Chris Hemsworth. And here he is in 2009, and then all of a sudden in 1 year he blew up to Thor. Okay, to me, what do you think, Travito? Natty or not? Travito saying he's natty. Okay, well, he does have some very nice bone structure. He was always lean, so it doesn't look like he put any fat around his midsection. He did put back a ton of muscle, maybe 30-40 pounds of muscle right here to film Thor. So to me, he's not. This was not a natural transformation, and I'm gonna explain to you why here in a minute. So let's see what the fat-free mass index calculator says. All right, so looking at Chris Hemsworth, he is 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighs around 201 pounds when he was doing Thor. I think that's a little understatement, but that's what I found on Google. I think he was more around 215, 220. And as you can see, he was very lean for that role. So I put him around 10% body fat. You can see abs and all that. But according to the FMI calculator, he has got excellent genes. He's around a 22% FMI. So nothing suspicious here. So Travito, I guess Travito was right. Thor is natty. Who would have thought? I never thought that transformation would be natty. Now, the only problem is, even though the FFMI calculator says these transformations are possible according to their height and weight and all that, how long did it take these guys to get like this? Did they do it in 4 months, 5 months, 6 months? Because we're looking at, when you go back and look at this body transformation, you're looking at a transformation that somebody will look like this after maybe 10 years of training, the way that Thor looks like. So again, suspicious, but according to the calculator, it's not suspicious. So I guess I was wrong again. I'm wrong again, man. I'm wrong again. I'm thinking all these guys aren't hands, and they not. They just got superior, excellent genes, right? I guess so. So, all right. Moving on, we got Chris Pratt, and this guy, he's hilarious. He's in Parks and Recreation, and right here on the left side, you can see him. He's like almost 300 pounds. He's out of shape. He's a goofball and all that. And then all of a sudden, he got the role for Guardians of the Galaxy. He lost like 60 pounds. He looks incredible. He managed to lose fat and tone his body and all that. So, what do you think, Travito? Natty or not? Travito's saying not natty, not weighing health. He's shaking his head over there. Here's what I think. I think he was able to. There's such a thing as newbie gains. I don't think this guy ever lifted weights in his life. Look at him on the left side. But right here on the right hand side, he got a trainer. He trained for I don't know how long, maybe 6-8 months. And he was able to build a little bit of muscle while losing fat, which is, I know it's contradictory. It's impossible to do. But what you can do is recomposition your body. Whenever you never lifted weights before, you actually toning, increasing the volume of your muscles while losing your subcutaneous fat, which is the fat that is between your skin and your muscle. So you're gonna look leaner and toner and all that. And I think that's what happened here. I'm gonna go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's natty, but let's see what the calculator said. Another thing is, my only problem is when the guys get bigger and they don't gain any fat. That's my only big warning. In this case, he was already fat. So he got smaller and toner. So that's why I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he's natty. Let's see what the calculator says. His height is about 6 feet 2 inches tall. Right here for the Guardians of the Galaxy, he weighed 222 pounds. His body fat was pretty low, around 9%. So he's borderline suspicious, from right between superior genes and suspicious, almost, about to cross the suspicious line right there on the graph, right on the bar graph right there at the bottom. So I guess, Travito, we don't know. We're not sure if he used any enhancement drugs, but according to this calculator right here, he's right borderline suspicious. So we're going to give that one to Travito, say he's right, he's enhanced. All right, our next Hollywood star, this is an obvious one. The Rock, right? Dwayne Johnson. And do I really even need to go over this one? When he was on the WWE right here on the left-hand side, you know, he probably 220 pounds or something like that. He's just a regular guy, 210, walking around, you know, very, you know, nice and healthy and in shape and skinny and just cut and all that. But you got to remember, Rocky had some amazing, amazing genes. His daddy, Rocky Johnson, was in top shape, and so he's got some great genes. Now here on his on the right hand side here, you're looking at The Rock during the movie Pain and Gain. So he's about 260, 265. Just a mountain of, you know, you can tell the difference right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this is not Natty. What do you think, Trevito? Not Natty. He's saying no way this is Natty. So let's see what the calculator says. You know, let's give him the benefit of the doubt, right? All right, calculator over here says that Dwayne The Rock Johnson is 6'5", 260 pounds for Pain and Gain, and I put him around 11% body fat. I was trying to be nice, you know. He's really maybe around 10. So he's definitely not Natty. When you look down there at the graph down there, he's between 26 and 27, which is a suspicious area of the table. Okay, this is suspicious. Now, that being said, we're not saying that he's Natty or not. This is just our opinion, right? He might be. Who knows? He's been training for 10, 15, 20 years. But this is kind of like, you know, a body, that type of body that you would not get normally, just anybody in less than, you know, maybe 10, 15 years of training. So, incredible transformation. Rocky over here, but he falls under the suspicious category. So I guess Trevito and I were both right on that one. Our next Hollywood star comes straight out of England, I think, or Ireland, Gerald Butler. And if you ever seen the movie 300, he did that movie, and you know, they were all chiseled, man, like chisel abs and 9%, 8% body fat and all that. So what do you think, Trevor? Natty or not? He's saying not Natty. No way he's Natty. Okay, so here you can see him on the left-hand side. He had his nice, you know, he's got some chest over there, a couple of arms or whatever and stuff like that. He's not, you know, nothing impressive or whatever. Maybe 165, maybe 170 pounds or something like that. The right-hand side, though, he's like 190 or 180, but he's like shredded, right? So let's see what the calculator says real quick. Gerald Butler is 6 feet 2 inches tall. He weighs 200 pounds for 300, and he was, like I said, he was very lean, around 8% body fat I gave him. So he's actually right here, according to his calculator, it's Natty. You know, it's possible. He falls between 23 and 24. He just got superior genes, you know. I'm gonna go ahead and call blue on that one. He trained for 4 months for 300, and he made an incredible transformation that will take you 5-10 years to make. And I'm going to stick with my prediction that he is not natural. What about you, Trevor? Yeah. All right, and here's why, guys. Here's how you can tell people are not natural. As soon as they jump off the juice and they are done with their role and all that, they go back, they revert back to their natural habitat. Right here on the right-hand side, he lost all his gains, right? So that's how we can tell who's Natty, you know, who's Natty and who's not. I didn't go to the gym for 2 months. They didn't lose 1 pound of muscle. These guys, you know, 3 months after they finish a movie like this, they lose everything. They put back on all that fat and all that. If this is real muscle, then you shouldn't be able, you know, it should take you longer than, you know, 2-3 months to put the fat back on. So he lost all the tone and everything on his body, but I believe because of that, this transformation was definitely had a little help from those trembolone sandwiches and then maybe some testosterone and stuff like that. So, all right, who's our next Hollywood star? Ooh, Henry Cavill, my favorite, man, Superman. All right, so Henry is one of those guys that, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because when you look at him on the left-hand side, he had a good base, something to begin with, right? A good base to start with. You know, he was a big guy already, 200, 210 pounds. Over here on Superman, he just packed on a ton of muscle on those chest and the shoulders. My goodness. It did take him like a year, though. So what do you think? Henry Cavill, Natty or not Natty, Trevita? Trevita's saying not Natty. I've seen him on Immortals. He was very, very lean in Immortals. Here, he's just burly. I'm going to say he's probably over here like 195, 10% body fat, maybe 11% body fat. You can see a little bit of abs. Not a lot, but He's just a big burly guy, big burly dude. That's what I look like without shirt. So without a shirt on, you know, at least that's what I want to look like without a shirt on. So I'm not too worried about being defined, but I just want to be a big burly, big bulky guy. I look like that, Trevito, yet? Oh, not yet. Not yet? Not even close? Trevito's laughing over there. I'm not even close to Henry Cavill. Damn, what do I need, Trevito? What more do I need? Trevito don't want to say, but I'm pretty sure that he wants me to put on some more chest and shoulders for this and lose some of my gut. So, all right. So he's just trying to be nice. He don't want to say it. He'll have to sleep outside tonight, but that's okay. I'm going to say, see, I weigh 180 already. I'm big and burly like that at 180. I want to be around 200 pounds big and burly like that. But let's see what the fat free index, mass index calculator says. All right. So he's a little bit heavier than me. He's 193, right? I'm 180. He's 6'1", though, so he's a tall guy. 193 pounds, and it's distributed really well around his body. Now, I'll give him a 10% body fat here. He's probably around more like 11-12%. But hey, according to this table right here, he's got excellent genes between 22 and 23, so he's natty according to this table right here. So good for Henry Cavill, man. You know, I love Superman. I love Man of Steel, and that's the look I'm going for. If there's any look around these guys, any of these guys that I can pick to look like, it will be Henry Cavill right here in Man of Steel. That's the look I'm going for. That's the look I want. It might take me another 10 years to get there, but that's what we're going for, guys. So, all right, cool. Our next Hollywood star is Hugh Jackman, and Hugh Jackman is probably like 51 right now. He's pretty up there in age. He is Hugh, maybe, I don't know, around 35, maybe 40 years old. And now he's 51, and he looks better than he did back then. This is kind of suspect. Normally, you look worse as you age. You don't look better. But your skin does get thinner with age, and your muscles, you know, get more defined and all that. But what do you think, Trevor? Natty or not natty? Trevor's saying not natty. Okay, I'm going to have to agree with that, not natty, because right here he packed on a ton of muscle. And this is one of the examples I'm talking about. When you're trying to build muscle and bulk up and all that, you're going to gain some fat. That just comes with the territory, because to build muscle, you need to be in a caloric surplus. And to lose fat, you know, and you have to be on a caloric deficit. If you're a natural bodybuilder, of course, if these guys are enhanced, they don't need to be in any type of caloric surplus to tone up their muscles, lose their fat, and just look like completely Wolverine like here. And there's a lot of vascularity coming down that bicep right there. You can see these veins and like around the chest area. So indicate of a very, very low body fat. I'm gonna say maybe like a 6 or a 7% body fat or something like that. So let's see what the calculator says real quick. All right, so Hugh Jackman, looking at the calculator right here, he's about 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing at 205 pounds, and around, like I said, he's very lean, around 8% body fat. So according to the table, he is natural. He's between 23 and 24% fat-free mass index. Again, you got to take into account how long did it take him to get that way. If it did in just a couple months, that's suspect. And then also his age, you know. So he packed a ton of muscle, but we're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because we going today by the FFMI calculator. So I guess I was wrong. I guess Hugh Jackman is a natural Wolverine, huh, Trevor? So I guess we were both wrong. I don't know. So our next Hollywood star is Jake Gyllenhaal, and this is just a little scrawny little guy that trained for the boxer. I don't know for how long, maybe 4 or 5 months, and he got super jacked, super strong. And I can see vascularity. I can probably see some injection sites right here on his abdomen when you zoom in. Let me see. Unless that's just some pimples or something like that. But I think just those are right here injection sites for his testosterone. I'm not sure. But again, to me, this is not a natural transformation because he packed on a ton of muscle. A hell of a lot of muscle without gaining any fat at all anywhere. So what do you guys think? Trevito, what do you think? Trevor's saying not natural. I'm going to have to agree. Let's see what the calculator says. Oh, yeah. So before we look at the calculator, remember, guys, that Jake Gyllenhaal went from 147 pounds, just a little guy, to a ripped 175 pounds. That's where I weigh right now, but I'm not ripped. And he is. In just 6 months. 6 months, guys. So this is what I'm talking about on realistic expectations for us naturals bodybuilders. There's no way, you know, I've been training for about 2 years now. Why I don't look like that? All right? Because this is not realistic, guys. I mean, think about it. In 6 months, you can look like a beast like this, then everybody would do it, guys. So obviously he had a little help from a little protons, whey protons, and little trim bologna sandwiches. In my opinion, of course, this is all opinion. I don't know. It could be natural. I don't know. Who knows? But just wanted to bring that up. It took him 6 months to go from 147 to 175 shredded. Okay? He didn't gain not an ounce of fat. Okay? Before we look at the calculator. All right, so let's look at the calculator right here for Jake Gyllenhaal. And my guy right here is about 6 feet tall. For the boxer, he weighed around 175 pounds. And I put him very low body fat at 7%. Because, like I say, he was shredded to the bone. And according to the calculator, he's excellent. He's on 22 FMI. And he's natural. You know, this is an achievable body natural according to his height and weight. But, hey, you draw conclusions or however you want. I'm still going to stick with my this is not a natural transformation, not by all means. But you be the judge. Leave it in the comments below. Do you think Jake Gyllenhaal is natural? All right, our next Hollywood star is one of those favorites out there, Aquaman, Mr. Jason Momoa. And Jason had a good, when you look at it over here on the left picture, he had a good base already. All right, he has some nice pecs. You know, he just had to fill up his frame. He's a tall guy. He just had to, you know, right here for Conan the Barbarian, I think it was maybe like 240 pounds or something like that. 220, 230. And then right here on Aquaman, he's about 215. So he was actually bigger right here in the middle. And then Aquaman is 215 or so. So Momoa, here as a teenager, or maybe this is like in his 20s, got a good base to work with, and it took him years to get to the where he's at now. So what do you think, Trevor? Natty or not?
Yeah.
Natty. Trevor saying Natty. I'm gonna have to agree with him on this one, because he just looks like, when you're looking at it, he just looks like he really worked on that chest and built it up, and then he really worked on those abs, and they popping out. And his arms, he had big arms already. Man, I wonder how old he was in this picture. He looks very young, like maybe 23, 24. Wow. So we're gonna go with natural on Jason Momoa. What do you guys think out there at home? Let me know in the comments below. Let's see what the fat-free mass index calculator says. Zoom in a little bit. All right, so Jason Momoa is 6'4" tall, very, very tall guy. He was about 235 pounds for Conan the Barbarian or Conan the Destroyer, whatever Conan movie he made. I can't remember. I didn't see it. And I give him about 10% body fat, not too low. And right here, he's around 25% FFMI. Almost 26. It's a little suspicious, but not over the line. Like I say, he just has some great genetics, just 1 in a million genetics. This guy, you saw his base, what he's working with. He was already jacked at 20-something years old. So I'm gonna go with natural on this one. The calculator says he's borderline, but what do you guys think out there at home? Let me know in the comments. All right, next we got Kumail Nanjiani. And do I even need to cover this guy? I mean, does this look natural to you? You know what I'm saying? This is not what a body's supposed to look like. You know, no body looks like this ever. So here's the story with him, and I think I got it on the next slide. He got a role in one of those Marvel movies. I can't remember which one it was right now, for television series, and he took a year to get all jacked like this. But the difference between Jason Momoa and this guy is, like, when you look at it on the left-hand side, he didn't have a good base to begin with. He was just a little chunky guy, skinny fat, what we like to call skinny fat, and all of a sudden, he gained a good, maybe, I want to say 20, 30 pounds of muscle in a year. He gained it without gaining an ounce of fat. He's got very, very crazy vascularity going down his bicep right here, indicative of very low body fat, maybe around, if I had to guess, it's low, like maybe 6-7% body fat, probably 8% body fat, and just very lean, just very, very lean guy. So what do you think, Travito? Natty or not? No, Travito ain't no chance in hell that he's natty. So of course, you got to remember, guys, these actors, they get paid millions and millions of dollars to get a body like this in a year. They have trainers, they have personal chefs. This just because they're not natty doesn't mean they're not working hard, guys. They're working very hard every single day to get these bodies or whatever. So, you know, this is not knocking them down or whatever. It's not saying anything bad about them. It's just want to make sure that people out there watching don't have expect these ridiculous expectations, you know, when they go to the gym, because a lot of people quit the gym after 2-3 months because they don't look like this. And this is it's not realistic. You know, it's not even realistic for somebody. This is what somebody looks like after 15 years of training. You know, so, and he did it in a year, guys. So all I'm saying is, stick with it. Your time will come. You'll look good too. So let's see what the calculator says. All right. So according to the calculator, though, my guy is 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighed around 175 pounds on that photo, and like I say, he's got very low percentage body fat. So I put him around 8%, and he's between 24 and 25 FFMI, which is in the superior genes category. But to me, again, this is not a natural transformation, not a chance in hell. I don't care what the calculator says. I'm putting my foot down saying this is not natural. Okay? Next, we got Mark Wahlberg, Marky Mark, and very famous actor. He was in shape back in the day in the 90s when he used to be on that rap group. He was also a Calvin Klein model for a while. So this guy is always in great shape, or always trying to get on the way to being in great shape. And we all know Marky Mark or Mark Wahlberg, right? Right here, you're looking at him maybe during the off season, or, you know, he's not training for any type of role. He's, you know, letting himself go. Maybe he's around 15-16% body fat. He's just chilling, you know, nothing to worry about. He's got the muscle underneath it, but you can't see it because, you know, his body fat is so high. And then on the right hand side, you got him, you know, at the beach. Maybe, you know, I would say, you know, you can see his biceps are defined. He's an older gentleman as well. I think he's almost in his 50s. He's lean, maybe 10-11% body fat. So what do you think, Trevor? Natty or not natty on Mark Wahlberg? So Trevor's saying Mark Wahlberg is natural. I'm gonna have to disagree with that, but let's see what the calculator says. Oh, before we go to the calculator, I just want you to know that before we make our decision, Trevito, right, that in just 7 weeks before Pain and Gain, 7 weeks, how long is that? 7 weeks is not 3 months. 7 weeks, no, 2 months. 2 months? Yeah, but every month is 4 weeks. No. So almost 2 months. Mark Wahlberg packed 40 pounds of muscle. Does that sound like something a normal person does? In 2 months, 40 pounds? That's impossible, right? He had closed his previous movie at 165 pounds and knew that by the time his first filming day of Pain and Gain, he needed to be at 205 pounds. So he went from 165 to 205 in 2 months. Natural or not natural? Hey, you be the judge, right? Let's see what the calculator says. All right. Nacharito's laughing. He's laughing over there, but he can see it. He can already see the calculator. So my guy right here is 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing at 205 pounds, and I give him around 11% body fat. He's probably more than that, but it doesn't matter. He is, when you look down there, he's between 28 and 29% on the FFMI calculator, which is very unlikely that this transformation was natural. So I guess I was right. Torito was wrong again. Next, we got Michael B. Jordan. And man, this is suspect as hell too. But he does have a good base. He does have a good base. He can put a lot of muscle. The problem is this, guys. If you show me these pictures 10 years later, I'll be like, okay, that's natural, you know? Maybe 15 years later, I was like, okay, yeah, that's natural. 6 months? No, man. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's impossible, guys. So, look right here. He put on some chest muscles, some arms. He used to have scrawny little arms. Now he's got big arms. He's got, you can see the separation on his shoulders. All 3 heads of his shoulders. Does that look like any natural bodybuilder you're seeing around? Not on stage? Absolutely not. So, what are your thoughts, Trevor? Natty or not natty? Trevor's saying not natty. Okay, all right. Let's see what the calculator says. Actually, before we go to the calculator, I took a screenshot of this just so you guys know how long it took him to prepare for Creed 2, all right? So, Jordan trains 6 or 7 days a week, okay? And this is another big red flag, guys. If you're not resting, as a natural bodybuilder, here's newsflash. As a natural bodybuilder, you need to rest for your muscles to grow. If you're working 6 and 7 days a week and you're not resting, you're not growing, because the only way you're growing is if you're not natural. So, all right, so for Creed 2, that meant that Jordan trained for 4 months before started filming, then continued to work out 4 to 9 hours a day, spaced throughout the day. So my guy right here worked for 4 months and got that body for 4 months. Who wants to go to his gym? I want to go. I want to take whatever he's taking. 4 months, I'll do it. Sign me up. I'll take that. In other words, this is impossible, guys, in 4 months without the enhancement or the help of drugs. In my opinion, of course. I'm not saying he is not natural. I'm just saying, in my opinion, this is ridiculous. So let's see what the calculator says. All right, so the calculator, I don't think it's going to agree with me. The guy is 6 feet tall, weighing 181 pounds on Creed 2. Now, I don't understand how these weights are like so little, 191, 200. These guys look way bigger than this, but this is what I found on Google. And the body fat is about 10%, maybe a little less. According to the calculator, though, he's between 23 and 24, which means he's got excellent, superior genes, and he's natural. So I guess I was wrong. Yeah. About it, Trevito. I guess he's natural, but no way in hell he's natural. Not in 4 months. So maybe in 10 years and 15 years. Yes, absolutely. So that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Next, we got Paul Rudd. And he went from looking like a slob over here on the left-hand side to being all cut up and skinny and, just a skinny guy on Ant-Man. So what do you think, Trevor? Natty or not natty? Trevor saying he's natty. I'm going to have to agree because it looks like he didn't gain any muscle, really. He just toned down, leaned down, and now you can see his abs. Because he's so skinny. So over here on the left-hand side, he probably like 19-20% body fat. Right-hand side, probably like 9% body fat. So he lost a lot of body fat. And now here you can see his muscles, whatever little bit he had, So I'm going to say natty. Let's see what the calculator says. All right, calculator. And I'm zooming in a little bit. Calculator is saying that Paul Rudd is 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing at 172 pounds, which is what I weigh, but I don't look like that. And 10% body fat. I'm more like 19% body fat. So he's from 22 to 23 FFMI, which means he's got excellent genes. So my guy right here just pretty much, he went to the gym. He watched his diet. He did his cardio. He lifted a little free weights or whatever. He toned down, looking good. Paul Rudd, good for him. So next we got Ryan Gosling and that movie, what is it? Crazy Little Thing Called Love or something like that. I can't remember the name of the movie. Crazy Stupid Love or something like that. Everybody lost their mind when he took his shirt off and Emma Stone said he looked like he was Photoshopped or something like that. He looks okay to me, and then nothing incredible. Nothing out there that nobody can achieve naturally. But, he does have a little vein coming out of his pants right here, but I think that's just genes. So, what do you think, Trevor? Natty or not natty? Trevor's saying he's natural. I'm going to have to agree with him. He's probably natural. But then again, I don't know how long it took him to do this transformation. If it was in 5 to 6 years, then yeah, he's natural. But and looking on the left hand side, it was a little scrawny, little arms, and just no muscle at all. And it's a good place to start when you have nothing, and you increase your caloric intake, and you just start lifting heavy and all that. Your muscles react very, very quickly. In the first year and a half, you're gonna see a very, very big difference, especially if you're a newbie. So I'm gonna go ahead and say natural for Ryan Gosling. Let's see what the calculator says. All right, so according to the calculator, my guy is 6 feet tall, 180 pounds in this picture right here, and he was around 11% body fat, maybe a little less, 10%, something like that. So that's average. That's a little bit above average, right? 21 to 22, right between 21 and 22, a little bit above average. So good for him. A body that you can achieve without drugs, naturally, Ryan Gosling. So go and get it. Next, we got the other Ryan Reynolds, and this is a suspect as hell to me. I don't know how long it took him to get like this for Blade. He said that he was around 4 or 5% body fat. He was more around 8 or 9. The people always seem to miscalculate their body fat and say that they are lower than they are for real. 3 to 4% body fat is what you see on stage, on bodybuilding Olympia and competitions and all that. Right here, he's probably around 8 or 9% body fat. But on the left-hand side, you can see he was a little scrawny little, body that he had on him. He probably ate a lot of cookies and pizza and then just started lifting and heavy, and he developed some big muscles. And again, this transformation right here, looking at the left-hand side and the right-hand side, it will take you around maybe 7 or 8 years. But he probably did it in a year or so. So what do you think? Natural or not natural, Trevor? Trevor is saying not natural. I'm going to have to agree with him. I don't see any injection sites. Let me zoom in real quick. I don't see any. Maybe. I don't know. A little suspect. Then again, he's a little skinny guy, so we don't know. Let's see what the calculator says. All right, so the calculator is telling me that Ryan Reynolds is about 6 feet 2 inches tall. Right here on this picture on Blade Trinity, he weighed around 190 pounds. Again, this weights, I get them from Google. But looking at him, he's probably more like 195, 200. And his body fat was kind of low, like I say, 8% body fat. So 22 FFMI. So excellent genes, excellent transformation, and something that you can do naturally with time. But I think he did it in a year, so you be the judge. You draw your own conclusions. I'm gonna say not a natural transformation. All right, next we got Simon Pegg, and man, I love this guy. I love Shaun of the Dead. I love Hot Fuzz. I love everything he does. Run, Fat Boy Run. Every single movie he does. The Cornetto trilogy. I mean, this guy is awesome. Simon Pegg, my man, just a great guy. Funny as hell. Lost a ton of weight. Got really, really, really skinny, really, really lean. I don't know why. Maybe for a role or something like that. This is not a healthy look. But natty or not? What do you think, Trevor? Trevor's saying not natural. I'm going to go ahead and say the same thing. He's natural. He didn't gain any size. He actually shrank down quite a bit, and he lost a ton of fat. So that's what happens, guys. You got muscles too. You just can't see them because they hiding between all the blubber that we carry around. Me too included. I carry a lot of blubber around. So let's see what the calculator says. All right, so the calculator says that Simon Pegg is 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing at 154 pounds. That's a very little guy, skinny little scrawny guy. And he's about 8% body fat, maybe even less, because you can see everything on that guy in muscles. So he's above average, between 20 and 21% fat-free mass index. So very good, just a body that you can achieve by losing all the fat. All right, next we got Tom Hardy. And do I even need to talk about this one? I'm not sure how long it took him to get that body in the middle for The Fighter, the movie The Fighter, but that's a 200-pound plus body, shredded, You can see his abs, but I'm gonna say about 10% body fat. On the left-hand side, he's walking around maybe 160 pounds, just chilling, just a regular dude. There's no muscle tone, no muscle definition, no nothing. Traps are okay, you know, but in the middle picture over here, he's 200 pounds, he's 10% body fat. I believe this transformation in the middle is not natural. But then when you fast forward and you look at the transformation for Bane, he weighs the same on both of these pictures, in the middle and on the right-hand side. But do you see the difference? Can you spot the difference, Travich? He's got a lot more body fat on the right-hand side, the right side picture, than in the middle. Which leads me to believe that all the way on the right, that was a natural transformation, but not in the middle. So what do you think, Trevor? Natty or not, Tom Hardy on the middle there? Not natty on the middle, and on the right-hand side? Natural. Okay, well, let's look at see what the calculator says. All right, so according to the calculator, Tom Hardy is 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing at 200 pounds right in there in the middle, in both pictures, really, in the middle and the right-hand side picture. And he was around 10% body fat in the middle. In the other picture, he's probably 13, 14% body fat, but very, very suspicious transformation right there on the middle because of the body fat percentage. Now, if we increase his body fat percentage at the bottom, I'm sure that the lever will go over to superior genes or so. But in the middle, definitely not a natural transformation, in my opinion. What do you think, Trev? Yeah, so very suspicious, guys. We're looking at a 26.64% fat-free mass index. That is over the line to suspicious. Very unlikely, almost. Next, we got Zac Efron. And this is, I don't know, man. This is a tough one, man. This is a tough one because he did have a little bit of good base right here when he was a teenager in the early 20s. And then he looked like Wolverine all of a sudden. Now, here's the problem, guys. He put on a shit ton of muscle and I don't see any fat on him. And what did I say earlier? You can't do both. When you gain muscle, you're going to gain some fat, mandatory. You're just trying to limit the amount of fat you get. Now, when you're trying to lose weight, you're fat and you trim down and you shred. You can get shredded without adding any fat, but you're going to lose some size. He got bigger everywhere. And he's got a lot of vascularity as well, round shoulders, a lot of veins going down his arms. To me, this is not natural. I don't know how long it took him, maybe 3 or 4 months to do this, especially if it took him a couple months. What do you think, Trevor? Natural or not natural? Trevor's saying not natty. Let's see what the calculator says. All right, so according to the calculator, Zac Efron is 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing at 170 pounds, and he was around 8-9% body fat in that picture. So he's got superior genes from 24 to 25% fat-free mass index. So according to the calculator, this is attainable naturally. Now, did he attain it naturally? I seriously doubt it. I think it took him maybe 4 months to train for Baywatch. Again, like I was saying, it took him maybe 4 to 6 months maybe to train for the Baywatch, gain a ton of muscle, didn't gain any fat, shredded to the bone, and I bet you if you go find him right now today, he don't look like this anymore. So, you know, to me, not a natural transformation, but the calculator is saying it's natural, so you draw your own conclusions. And last but not least, you got me, Jose, a fat-free mass index, and I'm 5 feet 6 inches tall, 5'7" on a good day. I weighed around 175 pounds, almost 180 with clothes on. And my body fat, last time I checked, was like 19%. A normal body fat for males are from anywhere from 22 to 24% body fat. Athletic is around 18 to 16 or so. And then you got your, super athletes, 15% or below body fat. And then you got your shredded guys at 10%. So on a regular scale, 18, 19% body fat, not super fat, nothing crazy. So right there, my FFMI is about 22.93, right between 23 and 24 there. So it's saying that I got excellent, almost superior genes to be able to put this mass on and at this percent body fat and for my height and all that. What do you guys think? Am I natural? Let me know in the comments below. Now I can tell you I am natural. I don't take any supplements, any drugs, anything. I lift heavy. I eat heavy. I eat everything that comes across my table. I'm eating it. lately I've been trying to clean it up a little bit, you know, no more dirty bulking, but as you can see, I got up all the way up to 19%. I was at 10% at one point body fat. So I'm dirty bulking. I like my size. I'm a 175 now. I want to get to like maybe 190, 195. I want to be like one of these big guys. And then from there, I'll continue to tone down and cut the fat and, you know, decrease my body fat percentage and all that. But right now, I'm natural and I plan on staying natural. I want to keep what I gain. I don't want to lose any gains when I stop lifting or whatever. When I'm 60 or whatever, I still want to look good, hit gym and all that. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What is your fat-free mass index calculator? I can leave a link to this calculator in the description if you like me to, you want to play with it. But again, I'm 5'6", 175, about 18-19% body fat. So you can attain this body, this gorgeous body you're looking at. Naturally, you don't need drugs. You just need to eat a lot. Eat heavy. Eat heavy? Yeah. Lift heavy, eat big, sleep long. That's what we do here at Rico Suave Fitness. All right, that was a fun video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Did you? Trevito, did you like the video? Yeah, okay. Well, that was fun. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. As always, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and subscribe to my finance channel if you want to learn about finance and all that good stuff, the stock market and all that. But, hey, that's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel. And as always, make sure to take care of yourselves. And I'll see you soon.